president, in that vision, Tinubu was removed from office. Tinubu was no longer president in that vision. But the man with the blue agbada, the blue apparel, was General Babangida. Watch out for him. And he's about to shift power in Nigeria.
The video about to watch right now is a mind-blowing prophecy from Pastor John. In this prophecy, he has revealed that General Babangida is going to replace Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president of this country. I'm not going to waste your time. I'll just watch this video and listen to everything Pastor John have to say in this prophecy. Please don't forget, share the video on all social media platforms, share with your friends and loved ones so they will know what God is saying concerning our nation, Nigeria. God bless you as you do so. Watch this video.
Now hear what the Lord is saying. On Thursday, I went to bed. On Wednesday night into Thursday, I went to bed after prayers. And just before the 5 a.m. prayer, at exactly 2:57, because I wrote it down and I typed it up. At exactly 2:57, the Spirit of the Lord woke me from a deep revelation. And I want to thank God that He is the revealer of the deep and the secret things. The Lord said to me, do you remember when I showed you about some military men, some military Nigerian generals who were going to a place in Niger, in a cave, to plan? And the Lord reminded me, and I want the media to find that video, where I prophesied. I think it was, I don't know whether it was during the lockdown 2020, when I prophesied from the studio. I said the Lord showed me that there were some men, some Nigerian generals, going to a cave in Niger to plan and to plot taking power in Nigeria. And that same period, I prophesied that I saw a revolution of young men seizing power from the old men in West Africa. I mean, if you remember, now what is happening in West Africa? Burkina Faso, Mali, all the countries have been invaded now by what? Young rulers. The Lord went on to tell me, Lord, He says, son, I want to show you something. Then this is what the Lord showed me. And please, Nigeria, get ready. Last Sunday, I told you that the first Sunday of the month of November, I said, there is a shaking that is coming to the nation. I said I was going to tell you during the crossover service, but the Lord gave me the details now and said, speak now. I saw in a dream, a new horn rose up in a dream, in the midst of a cloud. But this horn stood out uniquely amongst the crowd. As I looked deeply, the cloud became a cloud of military uniforms. And right in the middle was a distinctively bright blue colored apparel that was worn by this horn. So meaning the horn was surrounded by a cloud of military uniform, but this horn became so distinctively separated from the cloud of this military uniform because of his bright blue what apparel. In Nigeria, the apparel I'm talking about is called agbada. It's like a big cloth you put like that. So it made this horn stand out distinctively. This horn suddenly lifted up his head, but his face was not fully revealed. His focus was, so the focus of this horn was a group of individuals that were across the field. These individuals included kings, senators, governors, and what was an ex-Nigerian president. And all of this focus, they were all Yorubas. So this on focused on some people who were across the field, ex-president, kings, senators, politicians, and they were all Yoruba politicians. So meaning this man stood where? In the north, surrounded by military uniform, and he had a blue agbada, meaning a blue apparel. And his focus was some group of men across the field. They were all politicians, but based from the western part of Nigeria, all Yorubas. This on then spoke, and his voice came with so much power, so much authority, as he addressed these Yoruba social political elites, saying, I am here to rule, and I won't allow or permit any of you looting and staying unaccountable to the resources of this nation, or concerning the resources of this nation. From this moment onwards, if I come into knowledge of a naira is a Nigerian currency, missing from the west, meaning Lagos, whilst I am in power, my full wrath shall be felt. As he spoke, the Lord started showing me he grew more in power. This on grew more. His voice made all of these politicians, kings, and ex-presidents tremble in fear into their shells. Child of God, then the Lord opened my eyes, and then this on's identity was truly revealed. Now there were two revelations there. The ex-president in that vision, Tinubu, was removed from office. Tinubu was no longer president in that vision. But the man with the blue agbada, the blue apparel, was General Babangida. Watch out for him. And he's about to shift power in Nigeria. This one's identity was fully revealed to me, and his name is General Ibrahim Babangida. Nigerians, thus says the Lord, pray, because a shaking is coming that will rock the political climate of the nation once again. A political force is coming from the north that is strategically backed by General Ibrahim Babangida. Let he that has ears hear what the Lord is saying to the church. Church, we're going to rise up and we're going to pray for Nigeria.
I'm sure you have heard everything Pastor John have to say will be happening in our country, Nigeria, in this year 2024. The only thing I'm going to ask us to do is that we should pray for our country, Nigeria. There is this saying that if two elephants fight, it is the ground and the grass that suffers. So I am telling you right now that if this thing that Pastor John said is going to happen, start happening, it is you and I that is going to suffer from it. Because I always say this to people. You see, all these politicians, they have more than enough to fly all their families out of Nigeria. You understand what I'm saying? They have everything it takes to fly all their family members and their loved ones out of Nigeria. What about you and I? Even though you can fly, what about your parents? What about your siblings? What about your friends? What about the people you care about? That is why I always tell us, let us be careful of the things we wish for. Some people are there saying that let war come, let this happen, let us fight, let this happen, let us riot, let's go and scatter things, let's go. Listen, when all these things start happening, it is the people you care about and the people you love and you and I that are going to suffer from it. All these things, if it starts happening and prices of things begins to go up, the politicians don't mind. In fact, I don't even think they buy food. The government takes care of all these things. They have an allowance that covers for all these things. What about you and I? The country can shake. The country can turn upside down for all they care. They don't care about you and I. They don't care about our welfare. They don't care about our well-being. They don't care even about our safety. So whatever we are doing, we need to be strategic. We need to use wisdom. We need to apply wisdom. We need to know what we are doing. Before we take any step, we need to be calculative. Ask yourself, if I do this, what is going to be the consequences? What is the consequences of my action? I am not saying that going to protest is not good. In a more advanced country, in a country that really practices democracy, in a country that is civilized, what do they call it? Protest is the right of the citizen. Protest is the right of the people, but it is not in this country. We all know what happened there during EndSARS. I'm not going to take you back to that sad memory. I'm not going to do that, but we all know what happened. It tells you that they passed a message that we cannot go out to protest for our right. That is the message they passed that day. I cannot forget the things that happened on that day, EndSARS. I cannot forget it. But like I said, let me not just go back to that. But they have told us with what happened that day that we are not allowed to protest against what we don't like. They have made it clear to us that whatever they give to us, that we should swallow it. So that is why I tell us that we need to apply wisdom. We need to be doing things in a certain way. We need to be doing things in a certain way. I've mentioned it here before. I read a book, Art of War, and in that book I saw that you can actually win battles without fighting. And one way you can win this battle in this country without fighting is by going on your knees and praying to God that is in heaven, the creator of the heaven and the earth. That is the only thing we can do at the moment. It is only God that can intervene and take care of these politicians that want to ruin our life and our destinies. It is only God. So I want us to pray. Whenever you go to bed, you want to go to bed, or whenever you want to pray, please remember to pray for this country, Nigeria. I know you don't like Nigeria. I am not asking you to like Nigeria. I am just asking you to tell God to intervene and make this country the country that you will be proud of, the country that you can like. Some of us, we say we want to become Biafra, we want to separate, we want to do this. I am not against all that. You can be Biafra, you can be Oduduwa Republic, you can be Arewa Republic, but at the end of the day, let us pray for peace and unity first. When a better government comes that understand what democracy is, rule of law, that understand everything it means to rule a country like Nigeria, I'm telling you that we don't have to fight to become a country of our own. We don't have to fight before they can say, okay, go and become Biafra. We don't have to fight before they say, okay, let us divide. No. Countries are doing it. Countries are dividing. So we can also do our own peacefully. So that we'll do it in a way that if by tomorrow you want to travel to Nigeria from Biafra, you can do it. So I will never say let Biafra not come, let this not happen and all that. No, it is your right. If you people say you want to be Biafra, fine. Arewa Republic, fine. Oduduwa Republic, fine. At the end of the day, what I am praying for, and that is what I always advocate for, is peace. Personally, I like where there is peace. Anywhere there is trouble, tension, anywhere they are always fighting, I don't fancy that type of place. And that is why I don't actually like Nigeria as a country, because if you you always see people fighting, trouble here and there. That is why I encourage us that we should pray. Let us pray for our country, Nigeria. Nigeria needs prayer. Whatever it is they are planning to do about Babangida or Tinubu, that God should help us maintain peace and unity here. And also, whatever needs to happen for this country to move forward, it should happen in the name of Jesus. A lot of pastors and prophets, they have prophesied that a Cyrus is coming. If General Babangida is the Cyrus that God said is coming, that is going to help fix this country, Nigeria, he should come. Me, I am never going to advocate for war. I am not going to pray for Tinubu to die. I will never do that. But whatever it is that will happen for this country to move forward, I pray that it happens. Because honestly, people are suffering in this country we call Nigeria. People are going through hell. People are dying. People are hungry. People are starving. And the government, they are not doing anything about it. So whatever needs to happen for us to progress as a nation, for us to progress as a people, for us to progress as a country, it should happen. Because we cannot fold our hands and watch people continue to suffer the way they are doing. Prices of things have skyrocketed. Safety, no, zero. Electricity, zero. Even as I'm recording this video right now, no light. I've not seen light for 2 days. It is bad. They managed to bring it yesterday. It stayed for about 3 minutes. It is really bad. I don't know what is happening in this country, but I know that God alone is the one that can intervene and make this country better for us. If you are relying on this politician, all of them, I don't trust anyone. I don't trust anyone. Yes, I know that Peter Obi will do better than these people. That is my own personal belief and personal opinion. Because if you look at what Alex Oti is doing in Abia State, you will know that we can actually have people that can transform this country. But I will not still swear for all of them, because a politician is a politician. A Nigerian politician is a Nigerian politician. I cannot trust any politician. That is me for you. But I believe that Peter Obi can do better. But let us pray. Let us pray. Whatever it is the will of God for this country, Nigeria, that will help this country move forward. Let it happen. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please do to subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bell, so whenever I post another video, you'll be notified. If you're a returning subscriber, I want to say thank you to you. Thank you for always stopping by to watch our video. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. Thank you for your contribution. I love the way you support us in this channel. May God bless you. May God reward you. I celebrate you so much. I care about you. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Please don't forget, like the video right now and drop a comment. By doing this, you trigger the YouTube algorithm to continue to recommend the video with more people. God bless you as you do so. I will see you in the next video. You are blessed.
I have good news for you. You will win. It's been written. I am what I am by the grace of God. As long as that grace does not fail, Satan will never fail. This revival you see will not be aborted.